We're going to be doing something completely new tomorrow.
This is not going to just be, what I'm used to.
Holy cow!
Nistowiak Falls is a pretty epic looking location. This may be the only shot ever taken of the falls from that side. I'm not even sure there's a possibility of you getting the Milky Way core outside of this window. Weather's a little bit iffy right now.
Hyperthermic conditions.
Gusts going up to 54 kilometers an hour.
I'm not a canoeer. I can't get on the water.
There's going to always be a chance you're going to spill over. You're in the water, hold on to your paddle. You do not want to be on the downstream. It's about 3,000 pounds. It will crush you.
I'm feeling nervous about getting there.
I have never worked so hard in my life for a photo.
The photograph that we're after, it's not something I'm going to forget. If we don't capture this trip, it's something that I think someone needs to go try to get, even for the memories that they're going to create, trying to capture it. Photographs that people like the most, I've found, are ones that are connected with people's memories and experiences. I think that's what makes an image powerful. I'm hoping to see some new stuff, explore some new areas, kind of get some new experiences. Northern Saskatchewan is a place I've never been, and I'm just really excited to kind of get up here and kind of see what there is to see. The landscape is very rugged. It's nice, it's, kind of peak fall colors. That was unexpected. I'm Scott Aspinall, landscape nature astrophotographer. Astrophotography is something that I got into probably 7 or 8 years ago. The tracker mimics the rotation of the Earth so that we can allow the camera to take long exposures. It allows you to kind of capture a little bit more about what's actually out there, a little more impact, I guess. For me, I want people to just see for themselves the majesty and the wonder that's out there. Fighting back on that idea that Saskatchewan is flat and boring. That's not been my experience. So there's a couple of locations up here that have been on my mind for a while. The first was actually a Stanley mission, getting out to the Holy Trinity Church. And Nistowiak Falls is one of those places that's, it's something that never really kind of came to fruition for me. I'm not a canoeer. I can't get on the water. And so for me to get to these falls, it was more of a dream than anything. It wasn't something that I was ever going to kind of accomplish. And so, to be heading out there tomorrow kind of feels a little surreal, and to be able to see it and experience it's going to be really cool.
Hi, Scott, Martin Bernardin. All right, so we've taken a look at our weather map. All we've got is a small window tomorrow morning between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. And we've got basically a window up till 8 a.m. on Thursday. Given that, and then looking at the wind, we've got a gust going up to 54 kilometers an hour on Wednesday. So that's going to be a no paddle day. And then Thursday, it's looking like we're going to have a large gusts, like up to 40k an hour headwinds trying to get back, so it's not ideal for paddling out. The weather tells you what you can do and what you can't do around here, so this is, we're going to make this work as best we can given the information we have at this time. So yeah.
We had a choice. We could either kind of spend 3 days at the falls, we kind of stuck there, or we can kind of flex a little bit and see some other things. So we decided to head out to Stanley Mission today to go photograph the church. And then kind of come back around here on Wednesday, kind of cart around the landscape, maybe do some photography of the different kind of scenes that we can find on the land. And then Thursday, we're gonna hit the canoes and head out to the falls and get our shot. So looks like that's the best opportunity. When you're doing landscapes, astro specifically, you can't come into it with expectations of what you're gonna get. It's one thing to plan for your shot, I hope it works out, but it's another to expect that you're gonna go home with what you planned. Being able to roll with the punches, I guess, because things in nature are always variable and changing constantly. So it's cool because when I first started photography, I shot a lot of old buildings. So I was always looking for like new places to shoot. And of course, like the oldest one comes up in your search. So I've always kind of wanted to get out here and see it and shoot it. Goal here was to shoot a little bit of astro, but there's a couple of factors that limit what we could capture. First, the positioning of the Milky Way. You have to actually be on the backside of the church. And the other problem with that is that we're shooting kind of directly into the Stanley Mission town site, so light pollution there can be an issue. An alternative would be to shoot the northern arm of the Milky Way, and we'd be shooting that from the front of the church early in the evening. Cloud coverage looks like it could be an issue as well, kind of holding out hope that we see just even 10 minutes of some clear skies. If it does, then I think we've got a shot. And if not, then we can decide when to wake up at 4 and try something else. That hope was dashed. Lots of cloud cover. We were flexible and got some cool images of the church with some different light painting that we managed to do. When you go into some place with expectations about what you want to get, you're not going to get anything. You got to be willing to change your plans and kind of think on your feet and make decisions that you weren't expecting to make. I mean, it's part of the chase.
This is where things get a little tricky. There's always a chance, a remote chance, that we'll get drawn in the current. If things go south because we're in high winds and we don't know what actually is going to happen here, there's going to always be a chance you're going to spill over, and you're probably going to spill over downstream. Don't panic. I'll be there to rescue you within moments. If you're in the water, hold on to your paddle. Don't worry about the gear, but swim to the upstream side of the boat. You do not want to be on the downstream side of a canoe. It's about 3,000 pounds. It will crush you. I checked the water temperature is about 16 degrees. 15 degrees is considered dangerous when it comes to exposure, hypothermic conditions. It'll seem like an eternity, but the whole thing will go quite quickly, from the time you capsize and we get rescued.
So before noon today, I felt awesome about tomorrow. I was eager to go. Now, after a little briefing with Clint, understanding, that this is not going to just be, what I'm used to.
Thank you for that. Feeling really good about this trip.
You will get crushed.
I'm feeling a lot more nervous now about tomorrow than I was initially. The last time I canoed, I believe, I don't even know if this is the fact, was in Bible camp in grade 6, maybe. And that was I have a memory of a canoe. I'm not sure if I was in it, but the canoe was there and I was there. So that's kind of the experience I have of canoeing. So tomorrow's gonna be, I think it'll be fun, but definitely I'm feeling nervous about kind of getting there. Once we're on land, I'm okay. This is gonna be a challenging shoot, I think, just in terms of kind of getting to the spot. So for astrophotography purposes, the Milky Way core, it's in the southwest. So if we were to stand on the west side of the falls, we'd be looking up at the falls, kind of facing southeast. So the shot that we're looking for, we wouldn't be able to even see it. The Milky Way is going to be out of view behind the cliff face. The only way to really get the shot is to be on this side. That there's an outcropping kind of right here, potentially you can get onto. There's some unknowns, obviously, how to even get there, and never brought a harness and rope and and tie off to a shoot before, so this will be a first for that as well. So we'll see. Hopefully we have access and we can kind of get the shot. But
has there ever been a picture you've seen?
No.
Milky Way from there?
No.
This is quite interesting from a complexity point of view, trying to get this shot.
I'm not even sure there's a possibility of you getting the Milky Way core outside of this window in end of September, October on these falls.
I've actually asked a lot of experienced guides that have been there in the winter or summer. I've asked everybody I could possibly ask, and I haven't found anybody that has camped on this side of the river. And most people don't even really look at it that much because all the portage and the pictures and videos that you see are on the river left as the falls go down. So we're going to be doing something completely new tomorrow. What I've done is that I've looked at drone footage and satellite footage, and given the water levels, I'm pretty sure that we can ferry across here. So for doing this, we have helmets for scrambling around on the rocks. We have glow sticks for moving around at night. We have flagging tape. We have extra flashlights. If we can't camp there and we have to camp on the portage side, I have a way that we can get over there at night, and we should be fine.
Well, it's like +1, snowing, windy, cold. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna hit the water and head out to Nistowiak Falls. Weather's a little bit iffy right now, but the forecast is, if it holds true, is that it's gonna clear off this evening, and the wind's gonna die down. We're gonna kind of lose this snowy sleet. Looking forward to kind of seeing what tonight holds once we get to the falls. First thought in my head was, where are we? It doesn't feel like Saskatchewan up here. The rocks and things in here are super cool. Like the falls themselves are pretty spectacular. The water level is so low, you kind of get more, I guess, shape to it. It's really a really cool place. We are going to go over to the east side, which means crossing this area of water here, which, you know, after my big canoe trip today, I've learned that even though it's still and calm, there's some swirliness going on, and that's can be unsafe. So kind of curious what that'll look like. We have completely unmarked, there's no trail or anything on that side. We gotta kind of find a way to the spot where the kind of scope would be okay to shoot. One of the issues that we may come across is the spray from the falls. This kind of goes up into the area we want to shoot, and that may limit us. A lot of variables still, but it's coming together. Like, they're impressive from that side, but from here, they're gorgeous. Suppose I should confirm the Milky Way position, hey? Came all this way. Oh my gosh, it's like perfect. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. This is gonna be incredible. I'm sorry. You're not supposed to be in this movie, but come on. Holy cow. Wow.
I've seen very few that look like this, or this nice. I really have no words. It's pretty incredible. There's a clear sky. The marching its way towards us. We got 15 minutes until we get true darkness. Once we hit that time, I'm gonna head down and we're gonna capture some Milky Way. 8 to 10 exposures of that. And then we're gonna race kind of back to the shoreline where I'm gonna track the sky in a bit of a safer place than on the edge of a cliff. Yeah, it's gonna be a race, but really excited that we got the shot. I have never worked so hard in my life for a photo.
This is one of those images that it takes some effort to get to. The experience and the journey along the way are worth more than the image itself. And again, that's what photography is for me. It's, experience driven. After seeing what's up here, I think I would love to come back up here again. It's an unforgettable experience.